Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Bree. I share discoveries about the nature of reality through scientific paranormal experiments that I carry out. As a Zhineng Qigong practitioner, the path is to discover the true nature of reality through opening our faculties, clearing out our energy centers, and perceiving through a lens that's not clouded by judgment and conditioning. We use the limitless supply of life force energy that surrounds and is within all. We use it to heal and revitalize the body, including the brain, for optimal mental functioning. By practicing on this very subtle level every day, it becomes the norm that everything is chi. Everything can be guided and influenced by the mind's directive. Through carrying out these experiments, we can see that this is true, and we can discover how it works, why it works, and we do that by those times when it doesn't work, looking at what was different. How was my state of consciousness at that time? Was I tired? Were there thoughts? Were there emotions? What blockages were there? What method did I practice? Did I have a full stomach? All kinds of variables to discover why sometimes we can get those paranormal results and why other times we can't. So when we are not successful, often that's where the greatest learning is. I had some success with this video here. I had some success, and I had moved on to larger, heavier objects. I was practicing bringing magnetism to butter knives and cultivating that magnetism be strong enough to lift the butter knives. Now, the way that I practice is, and I'm aware that what I'm doing is I'm generating the feeling, the belief, my faculties. I prepare to be open through some methods and clear, happy. I have enough experience to know the type of disposition and to know the place that I need to be in. And then once there, using the mind functions such as image thinking, conceptual thinking, to direct how you want the reality to behave. So if I'm wanting magnetism, I'm feeling for that sticky, dense energy and feeling it and directing it more. You could say it, you could feel it, imagine it, say it more. Anyway, I was practicing. Right now, I'm not practicing very deeply because I'm doing this, but I was practicing and I was feeling along. And even though I'm aware that it's my mind that is bringing this magnetism in, I thought, oh, look, the magnetism's there, it's there. And it was very, very strong just at this little point of the knife here. It wasn't, I couldn't feel anything happening there. I couldn't feel anything happening there. It was just there. And it was so strong. And then I grabbed other positions and other things, and it was just really, really strong. I thought, this is going to lift. This is getting strong. And you purposely say in your mind, getting stronger, getting stronger, getting stronger. You could say getting stronger with each breath, because that also helps you to relax more, which is one of the keys. I called another person to the room and I said, can you please test this? And they said, yeah, I can feel the magnetism. So I could see at this point, the reality is holding, not just me, it has magnetized in that area. The next time I closed my session and the next time I practiced, I went straight to this area and I noticed the way that I was holding the knife, it just caught my attention. I went, hang on a minute. It's the weight that I'm holding at it that's making it feel like it's magnetic, but it's not magnetic. It's just the weight of the knife. And a thought came in, it's not magnetic. This is not magnetic. This is just the weight of the knife. You're making it up. And even though I know I'm making it up, that's the whole point. The mind is so powerful that it can make up magnetism and the reality behaves like magnetism. Or it can make up, I have some other experiments you can see for yourself. And there's other famous ones. So I am aware that it is me generating the idea of magnetism, and then therefore it behaves that way. But because I caught myself in the act of, it's not actually magnetic, it just feels magnetic because I'm holding it in that way. It's hard to convey this. I hope you're following. Just that thought caused the thought that this is not magnetic. It's just the way you're holding it. It's making it feel magnetic. Caused it to block, and then there was nothing. No magnetic sensation. And if you've seen my other videos, you've seen that how strong I can create or how strong it can be created, the magnetic force. Next time I got together with a fellow practitioner and teacher, we regularly practice paranormal experiments together, because when you have the group effect, it's amplified. And I was guiding, and this strange thing of, it's just the way you're holding it, it's not really magnetic, just stayed in my mind and was blocking the session. And usually we start off with simple things. For both of us, we can quite simply create the sewing needles to become magnetic. So we start with what we're confident with, and then we bring larger, heavier objects as a form of self-progression. And not even the sewing needles. I couldn't even generate magnetism with the sewing needles. Nothing, because of this strange thought that was hanging around, even though I knew it doesn't make sense. I said to the other practitioner, this is such a wonderful session. No success with magnetism, but the learning of really seeing that blockage, that blocking thought. And when you start doing these things, they become normal to you. And I started thinking, maybe everyone can do this. Maybe it's not a special state of mind that I'm going into. Everyone can pick up a screw and magnetize them all. The mind, it makes up these strange ideas. And you've just got to be careful of what you're going to believe. Everything is open to being believable. You need to discern what information, these beliefs are information, what information you're going to connect to. Because as you connect, you experience the intensity of your connection, the likelihood of you experiencing it. So I realized, no, it actually was a very deep, special state to bring into the physical realm this magnetism that was holding all of these screws. When you don't have success, you can see, okay, so that was a special state. What was the difference between my state of consciousness then and now? What are the blockages? Have I opened up enough? Am I clear and centered and still and focused? And am I relaxed and joyful? It's an experiment. We can look at the variables, see when it works, see when it doesn't. And often when it doesn't work, we have these insights. So all experiments are successful in that way, that they all have learning to offer. So for those that also are on the path of Zhineng Qigong, and using these experiments to monitor your self-progress and discover the true self, where all of these possibilities become a reality. I wish you all the best. Remember, there's no waste of time in these experiments. It's all practice. Even if you don't have success for a very long time, but each time you notice, I could practice a little longer. I don't recommend practicing a long time while you're bored and not getting any success, because confidence is quite important with this. So don't get disheartened and practice so long feeling disheartened. You'll see what works for you. My main point of encouragement is all these experiments are learning, and all the best with yours. Allah.